one, boom, I want to go here. So I have this quote up here: selling has never been a spectator sport. And I want to talk about this because I see so many executive coaches, Vistage shares, owners of businesses, whether it's a law firm or another business, getting pitched nonstop. You're probably getting pitched by people wanting to do, campaigns, a lot of LinkedIn campaigns. Let me do a LinkedIn campaign for you. And what I see there problem is that these firms are selling appointments. They're selling, hot leads, warm leads, and it's problematic because they're missing out on a couple really important aspects of building and growing your business, and that is the visibility side, the marketing side of it, and also the fact that people start getting the idea, oh, I can wait around. I have this system outreach going on. People will fall into my inbox, fall into my lap, and I'll convert. Not the way it's going to be. So let me just mention this is when you're building out your practice, obviously, you've got to create awareness here, right? So as you're reaching out to get somebody on a call, certainly to sell your product or service, they've got to be aware of you. This is creating knowability of who you are. And this is where a lot of lead generation type, people and firms miss out. They're not even talking about this. This is your content. This is you guiding, teaching, helping, getting out there. And when you do this, you start generating interest in what you're doing, who you are. And I can't tell you enough how important this is because it helps with conversions everywhere. And, if someone has seen you along the way and you've nurtured your network and now you're reaching out, your conversions skyrocket. So when you do these two pieces well, you start getting engagement. And so this is where people are engaging obviously on your outbound campaigns, coming into your inbox, engaging there, but also opening your emails, clicking on emails. That's intent data. They're attending the events, the LinkedIn Live events you're doing, visibility. They're looking at your content. You're out there. And these are, this is extremely important. And so, the partnership here, where I say it's not a spectator sport, is the conversion phase. This is where that AI and automation do not remove the human involvement. We know that, but this gets lost when people are just focused on these sales campaigns where, as I'm partnered with clients, it's a two-way street, accountability both ways. And I always talk to clients about, okay, there's going to be many opportunities along the way when you're reaching out and building and doing the marketing and the selling to insert yourself as a human to help move somebody along. And certainly, the intent data is one. That's actionable data. When you get that, that is a killer time to step in and reach out to a lead. And then, there's also, making sure you have the infrastructure for your outbound campaigns where you're all over it and you're tracking opportunities. You know who's in your pipeline. You know where to insert yourself because you know what stage they're in your pipeline. And so that is all about, something we set up for clients, which is a CRM, which tracks all of it. Opportunity stages, contact management, all of it. So this is an important piece. So when I say, it's not a spectator sport, this is what I'm talking about is digging in. For us, it's a partnership, strategic, long-term, get in there, make sure you're getting the results as opposed to just, hey, I'm going to get hot leads for you. I just see people starting and stopping that, spending too much money for that. And it's in my way, not the way to build a business and to really build it the right way. So think about that is what are you doing with visibility to support the selling? Do you have, go-to-market workflows? Do you have a CRM? how are you inserting yourself? And I'll say this as I end here is it's about time blocking too, and doing what needs to be done every week to move leads along. And one of the things I always talk about is if you're at a firm that's providing leads for you, fantastic. If you had a big firm, whatever, and they're sourcing leads, you're still spending at least 15% of your time on business development when leads are being provided to you. If leads are not being provided to you and you're sourcing them on your own or partnered with somebody, like me to do it, you've got to spend time. You've got to spend 20, 30% of your time on business development. Just the way it is if you're a solopreneur. And so think about that. How much time are you spending each week making it efficient, time blocking on business development, moving leads along? It can't be sitting back and waiting for stuff to happen. I'll say this down below. If you want to get my VIP blog, text giant help to that number. Every Friday, I send that out with tools, strategies, tips. I'm like you. I'm grinding, building, and using all the tools to make it work. And I share what's working, what's not. Every Friday, I share what clients are telling me that's working out there. So just do that. You'll get involved with that. It's a great VIP blog. And then wherever you're watching this video around me, love to do strategy sessions, learn more about your business, what's going on, and happy to share behind the scenes what we're doing truly with building infrastructure, go-to-market workflows, true AI and automation. We got an operating system that is next level for that. We've built it. And then also the visibility piece, which goes hand in hand with that. All right. Thanks.